Why are you looking at me? Hello, everyone. You know this gentleman. Alex Levand, practitioner of Invencio, a well-known coach, and more. So here we are making this somewhat special video. I know you love a good fight, you love it when things get intense everywhere, you love the spectacular. Well, both of us, we're not just about the spectacular, we're also about the educational. The goal is that each video adds value, and today we're going to shock you. I'm going to get my head smashed. In fact, simply because if you don't know the technique that we are going to see now, you can do the combat sports that you want. Weapons, jump, shake, lapel check, whatever self-defense you want. If you haven't realized what we're about to say now, it won't be of any use to you. Unfortunately, we are working on what is called the end of the chain, that is to say the secret techniques, while everything that happens before is the most important. Recently, we discussed this with Levand, who is a great MMA practitioner and a self-defense teacher, and we talked about it in a live session, but people haven't realized that everything happens before an attack. It happens well before the technical aspect. This means it is absolutely clear that even if you don't practice martial arts, combat sports, or self-defense in any way, if you know this, you'll be able to avoid 80% to 90% of attacks. So it's for educational purposes on anime, it's almost of public utility, since in fact you can offer this video to your children, to your teenagers, to avoid racketeering, to people who don't want to practice martial arts. And if you know this, and if you understand all of this, you might just save your life, or at least get out of a tricky situation where you could get hurt. Here we go, Alex.
Before getting mugged, they've already been watching us.
No!
And if you're aware, by the way, that's what he's going to tell you today, if you're aware of everything that's happening around you, then you'll be able to get out of the...
You know, there's a man I really appreciate. His name is Robert Paturel. To tell you, he's a former member of the Red. So Robert is someone, he's a legend. He's a legend in the police. He's a legend in French boxing. He's part of it. And he's a legend in prevention. He still does a lot of workshops. He has a lot of experience since he's about 10 years older than me. And this man always says, awaken the animal. And earlier we saw a cat. When we arrived, what did the cat do? It watched us. It hid. It observed us. Animals in the jungle, they naturally observe. Why? Because they know there are predators. So in fact, these animals have to be on high alert. And actually, you saw how the attackers operate. He said it, they observe, they see a weakness in you, they see that you're not connected to your environment, they see that you're not really present, in fact you're on your phone, and they will attack you, you're a target. So if you awaken the animal within you, the beast that's on the lookout, you'll feel good. So we're going to do two scenarios that will resonate with you.
The awakening of the seventh sense for those who follow Saint Seiya, the awakening of the seventh sense, the cosmos.
So we're going to show you two situations that are typical of what we might unfortunately encounter, and you'll understand that if you don't know this, you can train 5 hours a day. You're going to get your head smashed, or worse, unfortunately. And nowadays we know very well that the situations, classics, are recurrent. Because they understood, the aggressors understood, either by instincts or because they are professionals, they understood that at a given moment you will not be connected with the environment, they will attack you. When animals attack, they target the small or the old, the weak, but they isolate him, always, and at that point, too bad, it becomes prey. No, don't become prey, don't become prey. You'll see there are things you can do. Let's go.
First situation, I see that he's coming, so I head in the other direction. Why? Because it's going to take him some time to turn around. I cross paths. I'm definitely not going in the other direction because he's going to follow me from behind. And at that point, I become a target, so I go against his energy. First situation, very simple. My friend Alex, who is potentially an attacker, okay, he's coming down. I'm against the wall or a tree, okay? I can see 360 degrees. There's no one in this park, and there's a guy with a bit of a shifty gaze who's right here and everything. Why isn't he walking in the direction of the path? Why is he coming towards me And especially, why does he have a bit of a shifty gaze as if he's preparing something? That's what we call working in love. So what's happening here? You're not a weapons practitioner in jumping. You're someone who's a bit fearful. You're someone who's a bit older. I'm sorry, it doesn't smell good. So if you're a bit isolated, that's bad news, so you need to leave. But to leave, you need to see. So everything happens beforehand. So this is the first scenario that wakes you up, making you think, there's something off, I need to leave. Are you looking at me? So I've made two huge mistakes. The first mistake, I leave my hands in my pockets. Okay. And he's still being nice. He could have followed up with several strikes. So right now I can't do anything. I can't block. You'll never have the time to raise your hands and arms to block. On top of that, you don't know where it's coming from. It's true that 70% of the strikes are going to hit the right arc. So hands in pockets, that's a no-go. Okay, he's coming towards you. So even if there hasn't been a warning yet, he's coming towards you. The second mistake I made is that I stayed static. Okay, I didn't try to leave, I just took it. So obviously, he sees psychologically that I'm a victim, I'm prey. So that's not possible. What you need to do is put your hands up. So when he arrived at my place, what happens? I can think boom, 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 I can follow up, boom. I can leave from behind. It means I'm here when he strikes. Boom, 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 boom. I don't stay put, I'm an animal, I fight back, I'm no longer a victim. I'm turning situation. Keep that in mind. You can do with weapons if you don't know how, that's a no-go. So what you just saw is almost a daily occurrence. That means I have the hood on, so there's one, they literally have helmets on. I'm connected to my phone, I can't see anything happening in the environment. Right now, I'm really the prey. So you understand that the attacker isn't crazy. He's not going to take risks to attack you head on. So when we train, we're always used to getting into a guard position in the gym, on a ring, on the street, a mampancha, axelade. It's the same. It's always two sides. And when there are several of them, it's always attacks, two sides. Except that he's not crazy. He's a predator. So he's definitely not going to tell you what he's going to do. So he's going to attack from behind. So now, honestly, between us, you can do like me. 3 or 4 hours of weapon training, self-defense every day, plus an hour of weightlifting and other workouts. I can train 6 hours a day. I can be a super ninja. I can be in great shape. I can have an insane mindset. I can meditate. I can do whatever I want. I would get caught, except that what do people do? I want to do self-defense. I want to learn to defend myself by doing eagle boxing or whatever. Okay. Yes, it's on a ring, on a mat, except you saw what he did. Alex attacked me from behind. And that's 90% of what we find. I see people every day who are completely connected with what they're doing, but not connected to reality. Right now, I'm not at home in my living room. There's a furious guy today. It's Alex who's attacking me. So what I'm going to tell you in this video is for everyone, is that, once again, training is great. Doing weapon training is great. Alex's stuff is great. Everything is great, as long as you understand the context. So please think about looking at the environment. Okay? Right now, I'm in a situation where I can't do anything, even if I'm super muscular. There, he has a man, imagine, he has a knife. So, with Alex, what we wanted to tell you is that what's most important is everything that happens before. That's what we're going to look at. An attacker, it's going to be their posture, what we call non-verbal communication. But once again, the techniques, that's what will happen afterwards. You know, there's a strategy in self-defense that says the first thing to do is it's to run away. The second one is to hide. The third one is to fight, to struggle. If you didn't remember that, you didn't understand anything about self-defense. You see, the video isn't spectacular, but this could save your life. So please, parents, when you see your kids leaving in the morning with headphones and their phones on the street, who are spaced out, who aren't necessarily cool, please tell them, okay, and don't talk about weapons, arches, combat sports. Just tell them that will be enough. When you see people in the subway at night, traders who are on their phones, the latest phone costing 700 euros, well, indeed, they are prey. And that should be taught. It should be taught, maybe in school, it should be maybe put across magazines, articles, or even through media, television media, because it's important not to let yourself be caught like prey. There you go, I'm wrapping up. I thank my friend Alex. Once again, he's always there to help me. You can never succeed on your own. And what's important is that what we've told you is way better than the fights they offer you, which are all choreographed. check out the description to see what we offer. There's a guide, a self-defense guide with other things. But once again, our self-defense isn't about complicated arm locks that can never be replicated in a stressful situation. We know that. It's more about useful movements, useful ways of functioning, a useful mindset, and especially knowing the attacker. We're talking about profiling. It's very in-depth, what we're saying, and that can save your life. See you soon. Thanks, buddy. All right. Bye.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and I've decided to take it a step further. I've decided to train you, and I've developed a method that helps you train mentally, physically, and emotionally to manage your fear, because it's something that's very, very important. All you have to do is click on the link below the video, and you'll have direct access to my training. Now it's your turn to take action. All right, see you soon.